Hey, good morning, good afternoon, or maybe even good evening, depending on when you watch this and where you are. So, I want to talk to you about struggles. Look, all of us go through struggles in life. And I've been watching this guy for a while now on YouTube, Facebook. What's up, Carl? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Sky, there's a couple guys I like to watch on YouTube. One is Dr. Joe Dispenza, and the other one is Dr. Bruce Lipton. And they talk an awful lot about the power of the human mind. And I want you to think about some of the struggles that you've been through in life, and think about like snuggle, not struggle. Nice, dude. Think about some of the struggles that you've been through. Wow, Eric, that's inappropriate. and think about when you got through them, what happened? Like, what happened to your mindset when you got through them? Maybe it was I've been through a lot in life. I've been through having vehicles repossessed. I've been through foreclosure. I've been through all kinds of different struggles in my life. And, when you're in it, when you're in that pain, thank you for sharing, by the way. But when you're in the pain of the struggles, you're literally, if you're anything like me at all, you've had your mind obsesses about the situation, and it plays these tapes over and over and over again. And then you get through it, right? Because we all do. Now you're rich. Thanks, dude. You get through it, and you look back and you go, "What's up, Mike Phillips?" Well, you don't go, "What's up, Mike Phillips?" But I'm saying hi to Mike Phillips. But you get through that situation and your mind calms down, right? Like maybe it was you couldn't make your mortgage and you were being foreclosed on, and you went through all this stuff, and in your head you made it worse and worse. We're all going to be living on the streets, or whatever the situation is, your mind always will take it and embellish it and make it way worse than what it actually is. When quite often all we have to do is say hello to Beth Hoover. What's up, Beth Hoover? How are you? Quite often what we have to do is calm your mind. You got to settle your mind down. I bring up Grant Cardone a lot because he's one of my mentors. But you can look at Grant, you can look at Zig Ziglar, you can look at Tony Robbins, you can look at all of these different people that are motivators and inspirations and incredibly wealthy, and go, what is it that's different about them as opposed to me? And it all comes down to making a decision to get control of your mind, to get control of your thoughts, your thinking, and not have just this woo woo. Eric, I'm going to block you, bro. You better watch it. And has nothing to do with Grant, has to do with language, bro. Love you, man, but don't do that on my stream. So it's about controlling your mind. It's about controlling your mind. It's about the thoughts, like during the struggles that I was talking about prior to Eric's outburst. During the struggles, we, like Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about, he says that the human mind is so powerful that 90% of the thoughts, and I just turned off comments. I can't look at Eric's comments. That's driving me crazy. But you know, 90% of the thoughts, we have 60 to 80,000 thoughts on average per day. 90% of those thoughts, we had the same exact thoughts the day before. And there's been scientific research that shows that the stories we're walking around telling ourselves all day long based on past events, 50% or more are made up. We embellish the situation. We embellish it. We blow it out of proportion, make it bigger than it actually is. Wow, the sun just came out. We make it bigger than it actually is. And you know what? Like, as we make that thing bigger than it actually is, and we're embellishing, we're literally walking around telling ourselves stories that are lies. They're not even true. So get control of your thoughts, get control of your thinking. Like, and one of the things, and whenever I like am coaching somebody, I'm like, look, first off, we need to look at what's going on up here. Like, what's going on with your head? Like, if somebody's like, well, I want to really increase my business and I've tried everything I know how to do. Really? Everything? Like, you literally have tried everything. And when you really dig deep and you really take an honest look in the mirror, 99% of the time you've tried a couple of things that didn't work out as well as you thought they would. And so you're like, well, I've tried everything. Most of us haven't tried everything. Most of us haven't tried everything. When you go all in and you get control of your mind, one of the things I do every single day of my life is I write down positive affirmations. It sounds woo-woo. Look at the sun blinding me all of a sudden. It sounds woo-woo. It sounds, you know, crazy. It sounds like cliche, whatever it is. But I write positive affirmations, and I write them in the way that I want my life to be, not necessarily as it is in the current reality. The current reality, you know, that's the other thing, is the current reality that you live in is probably better than 99.9% of the world, but it's not exactly where you want it to be yet. So a lot of times our minds, because we're programmed. There's a book called The 4 Agreements. And then another book, The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, is a phenomenal book. He talks about the programming of the human, right? The programming of the human. From the day that we're born into this world, other people start programming us. What if they're wrong? What's up, 𝙨𝙩𝙧𝙪𝙜, my brother? I love that dude, man. We talk a lot. We talk a lot. And he's got jokes. 𝙨𝙩𝙧𝙪𝙜 has jokes, y'all. I love that dude. He's my brother. So what if those people that are programming us, what if they are wrong? Have you ever really stopped and thought, really stopped and thought about it? I mean, dude, there's like how many different religions in this world? Which one's right? And who says they're right? So, and I don't want to get into religious debates. I'm just saying, like, those people that program us, our parents, our teachers, our siblings, the pastors and the people of our churches, and all of this programming that we receive throughout our childhood. What if they're not right? But you have to, and that's the thing. And I heard Dr. Wayne Dyer talk about this one time, that challenging somebody's belief system is the very most difficult thing to do in the world. When somebody knows that they know that they know that their way of thinking is the right way, you can't challenge that. Well, you can, but it's going to cause you a lot of pain, probably, right? You can't challenge what somebody else's belief is. So I never do. I always like go, okay, my programming is what I'm responsible for. I'm not responsible for somebody else's programming. So what if all of the programming I've received in my life is wrong? What if it's wrong? And if it is wrong, or if maybe it's not 100% wrong, but what if it's off? What if it's off? What can I do to fix it? Well, the only thing I know, I mean, they've tried electroshock therapy, not on me, not yet, but they've tried electroshock therapy and discovered it really isn't that effective, right? So what do you do to rewire your brain? If your thinking is off, what do you do? Well, you got to start working on, since 95% of our life is on autopilot, controlled by our subconscious mind. You got to fix the subconscious mind. You have to reprogram the circuitry. You have to reprogram it. It's their own BS belief system. That's it, man. That's been one of my biggest challenges in life. Like I'm always, I'm like, well, people are like, you can't question that. Don't question that. No way. I'm like, why? Well, that's not how God would want it. God made me. God made me. Like, this God you speak of made me. And like, he made me to question things, didn't he or she? Now I just lost half my audience when I said she, but like, God is in my opinion, has created us to be here to help one another and to expand our own abilities to think for ourselves. That's my opinion. So how do I rewire that? How do I reprogram my unconscious mind? How do I get through the struggles? Well, you know what? The struggles are probably 99% in your head. In your head. And when I was referring to that, when you're in the middle of a struggle, when you're in the middle of a foreclosure or whatever it is, all you do, this dude that when I first got sober over 17 years ago, this dude used to tell me, he's like, dude, because I would project the absolute worst case scenario in everything. And he'd say, dude, turn off your projector, man. It's broken. It's broken. You got to turn that off. And I, as time went by, as the years have passed, I've learned that I don't have to turn off my projector. I have to turn off my negative projector. I have to reprogram that. And the most effective way, it's not the only way, the most effective way that I've found for me is writing. And I'm not talking about writing books. Man, like, the sun is out, if y'all can't tell. It's popping in and out behind the clouds. It's blinding. But the way that I found to be most effective for me is writing these positive affirmations, writing out these big goals, whatever they are. Like, look, and also allowing time, right? If I want to order a brand new custom Rolls Royce, I cannot expect that I'm going to receive that the next day. I mean, I can, but that's just setting myself up for a disappointment that I'm going to receive that the next day. I can receive it. But it takes time. There's time. It's like the farmer that goes out and plants the seeds in the field knows that he's not getting a harvest that day or the next day. He's got to nurture that, take care of it, water it, do everything that he has to do. And then in the allotted amount of time that it takes for that seed to pop up and start to flourish, that's when it starts to occur. So you got to allow time. So when you try as best as you can not to project negativity. Where's my Rolls Royce? I ordered it yesterday. Why is it not here? I really should have closed the drapes. I wasn't expecting the sun to come out and blind me. Where's my Rolls Royce? I just put that order in. I should have it already. No, that takes time. That takes time. I've seen many people post memes and quotes about an overnight success in 15 years or an overnight success in 20 years. I mean, I'm 51 years old and I'm still not there. But I keep going. I keep going. Years ago, I wrote down that I was going to be a public speaker, that I was going to go out and positively impact the world. And I've done that. I've started speaking. I've started going to and doing speaking engagements. I'm getting requests. I'm going to Vegas in November to speak at a big convention out there. That's exciting to me because it means that I now have, and through social media, I now have the ability to change the world, to impact the world, impact other people in a positive way. And the thing that I wrote down many years ago saying I wanted to be a public speaker, I wanted to get on stages and help people and change their lives and be a coach and coach people. Like, I'm doing that. And I'm positively impacting a lot of people. But it didn't happen the day I wrote it down, nor did it happen within years of writing it down for the first time. There's a period of time where we have to wait. We got to be prepared. The Rolls Royce has to be built, right? So you got to give it time, man. Give it time and write down. If you're in the middle of a bunch of struggles right now, I promise you that most of it is in your mind, and your mind is embellishing it. It's making up. It's lying to you. You've got to change your mind. You've got to change your thinking. You've got to rewire your unconscious mind. It's not. And when I hear people complaining, being negative about their future, it just makes me cringe because I think, man, your future can be amazing. It can be absolutely anything that you want it to be, but you've got to start with this up here. You got to get your thinking right. You got to get your mind right. And you can have everything and anything that you want to have in this life. Anything. But you have to have the right thought process first. That's all I have for you. I appreciate you guys jumping on. I appreciate you watching and listening to me. Go get your mind right. Get your thinking right. Once you get your thinking right, you get your mind right, and you get direction. You know exactly what you want to accomplish and how you're going to accomplish it. When you start writing this stuff out, I promise you that you can have anything that you want in life. Have an awesome day, and I will see you guys later.